Hello there everyone, this is Harvinder Singh and I hope you all are doing great. In today's video we are going to code this slide-in effect for our website, and let me show you the website. Let me show you what we are going to code, and this is the website that we are going to code from scratch. And yeah, this website look very minimalistic, but the main learning in this website is the slide-in effect, so that you can integrate this type of little cool effects in your website and make your websites look great. So I have covered some of these cool effects in JavaScript before, and you can definitely go and check them out if you want to. With that said, now let's come to this video and let's get started. Okay, so here we are in our VS Code, and we have this folder visual effect that contains this image. This image we are going to use in our project file, and with that we have nothing else in this folder. So let's start and let's make quickly this 3 file index.html, and you can go with, yes, you guessed it right, style.css and app.js. So we have created our 3 files, and let's get started with our HTML first. So let's bring up the boilerplate here, and here we have the boilerplate. Let's change the title of this website. We can name the title, let's add visual effects. Yeah, because the effects is visuals not, so we can see those effects. So what a creative name, visual effect. Let's link our file, because I always forget to link our CSS file and I keep messing around with my CSS. Okay, let's attach the app.js file also. So we can do that with script.source and app.js. So now let's get with this body. Let's design the structure of this website. We are going to have a div with intro class, and we are going to have an h1 tag here. We can write scroll down for effects. Okay, so that's all for this intro class. Now let's create this new class, that is content, and here we are going to have a text class. In this text class we are going to add a dummy content, and I have an extension for that, that is lorem ipsum extension. In this extension you can also install this extension by clicking here. This is the extensions where you can get the extension for VS Code, and what this extension does, it create dummy text for you. Okay, so I just have to write lorem, and I can add number of words that I would like to add, and I would like to add like 25 words, and that's it. It gave me a 25 words dummy content. Yeah, so much content, dummy content. Now let's add a separate div for our image as well. Let's add our image, the image that we have saved in our treasury. Here is the image, so let's do it. Okay, not 2 times again. Image slash salmon pie. What is this? Okay. Let's add this. What we can add? Salmon pie. Okay, now that's it for our HTML. Let's see what we have, and let's open this with our open live server, and wait until my computer responds to the live server. Okay, I did it pretty fast. So this is all what we have right now. So this is our, okay, so this is what we all have right now. Nothing exciting going on here. Okay, let's make it beautiful and exciting in our style section. So here we go, style. Okay, so let's start by removing the default margin and padding, and margin is going to be 0, padding is going to be 0 as well, and let's give a box sizing of a border box. Okay, so now let's save this, and let's have a look at our website. Okay, so default margin and padding is removed. So now we are going to style this intro section. Okay, so grab this intro section and not section, actually intro div, and give it a height of 100 vh and a width of 100%, so that it takes all the space vertically and horizontally. I hope I pronounced it right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's working. So let's give a background color to this, and let's add a background of linear gradient, and to right, and I have this two colors copied in my clipboard. You can use any of the color that you want from your creativity point of view. I am using this color, and yeah, now I would like to center this thing, this text. I would like to center it. So for centering, we are going to use this 3 magical lines in CSS, that is display flex, and 2 of its best friend, that is align items center and justify content center. Now these 3 lines can center anything in your div, so it have done it perfectly. Now this section is done. Now let's come to this content section, content div. This was an intro div, and now let's come to the content div. And in this content div, we have a text div and we have an image div. Okay, so we would like to place our image on the side of our text. Okay, so we would like to keep our text one side and our image one side. Okay, so for doing that, we will select this content div and like to give it a display flex. It will divide it in 2 halves. So display flex, and let's do this, and yeah, you can see the image and the text are side by side now, but the image is really very big. And so firstly I would like to resize this image because it's kind of, you know, irritating and we can't see the changes that we are going to do. So let's give it the image a width of 100%, and okay, better than before. And object fit, we can give it a cover as well. Let's give this. Okay, now we have given our content display flex. Okay, so let's add his best friend, that is align item center. Okay, right, so align item center. Now I'm not going to add justify content here center, because you will see, because I want them to take equal space. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this text div. I'm going to give it a flex of 1, and I will also get this image div and I will also give it a flex of 1. Okay, flex of 1. So it will divide this, it will allocate this to div with equal, what do you call, with equal width. Okay, so you can see here it is of equal width. Okay, now I would like to add a little bit of padding to both of them. So let's add padding, add 5 rem, and you can add a padding to this image directly of 5 rem. Let's give it a font size as well, font size 1.2 rem. Let's save this and let's have a look at our website. Yes, much better. Now it's looking good, and now we can now it's ready for us to apply those effects that we want. Okay, till now we haven't done anything specifically for the effect. Till now were doing generalized thing for making our website structure look better. So now we are going to do specifically for our effect. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to push this text and this image div right side and left side. Okay, so that on scroll it can slide from that position to the current position. Okay, so we are going to slide them a little bit back, and we are going to make them, and we are going to give them opacity 0. So let's see here. You're going to create two new classes. One is going to be push right, and this is going to have a opacity of 0, and we are going to translate x to 50 pixels. We are going to similarly make one more class that is going to be push left. So just copy this and push left. Opacity is going to be 0, just we are going to push it -50. Okay, so let's save this. Now we can push those things left and right. Okay, so we have done this. Now we need a div so that can bring them back to their original position. Okay, so we are going to give it a visible, and this is going to be exact opposite that we have done in this two divs. So it is going to be opacity is going to be 1, and we are going to translate x to 0. Okay, so exact opposite of these things. And actually we should not use this in a separate class. Okay, what we can do is we can just add these two properties to the original class, that is the image class, because we want to bring this image back and we would also like to bring this text back. So I'm directly adding these two properties to their respective class. Okay, that is div, that is text and image. So now we can see that nothing changes till now because we haven't done anything. First let's give this push right and push left to our text. We are going to push our text to left and we are going to push our images to right. So we are going to give this text area the class of push left, and we are going to give this image div to push right. Okay, let's save this and let's see. Yeah, so you can see that here our image and text area have been vanished and they have been pushed. So now you have to bring them back, and while bringing them back we are going to make them look cool and stylish. Okay, and now that thing we are going to achieve with JavaScript. So let's get into our JavaScript section. Okay, so before starting a JavaScript section, I saw that our width of the website is extended. Okay, so this might be happening because we have messed around with these position. We have transformed their position left and right, so this might be because of that. So to fix that, we can just add overview or overflow hidden, not overview, overflow hidden to the parent div of those. That was the content div, and let's save this. It should fix that, and yes, it had fixed it. You can see that there is no more extended width of the website. Okay, so I would like to bring back these image and text here, so to see that what we are going to do. And yeah, we can remove this push left and push right class, and we are going to have them back. Okay, yeah, welcome back text and images. I missed them so much. Yeah, so now let's get started with our JavaScript section. Okay, so at first let's select. Okay, first we are going to use selectors. So let's give this selectors, and what we are going to select is we are going to select this text div and this image div. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to name it text, and I'm going to select the text class. Okay, document.query selector, and I'm going to name the class here text class. Okay, I'm very lazy, so I'm going to copy paste this and I'm going to make some little changes. Now I would like to name this image, and I would like to select the image div. Okay, so now we have grabbed those things, those two div. So now we want that when we scroll, we want them to appear back. Okay, so our event listener in this case will be scroll. So let's go for that. This scroll, and let's give a function name appear on scroll. Okay, Now let's create this function appear on scroll. Let's see if our function is working. So let's console.log out working. Okay, so let's save this and let's check our console. There is nothing in our console, and as we scroll we can see working here. Okay, and as we scroll we can see 22 times, we can see the number increasing. Okay, so it's working every time we scroll. So let's cut it. Now we can move ahead with our function. So what we need is, we need the position of our, let me show you, we need the position of this text area with this text div, or you can say the image div, because these two divs are on the same level. So we need the position of this div with respect to the top of the window. Okay, so we can get that easily by our inbuilt JavaScript function. Let's see that. Let's get the text position, and position is equals to let's grab this text dot get bounding, it was bounding, get bounding client rect. What a easy name to remember, but it is what it is. So you have to remember. You don't actually have to remember, because as you saw that my VS Code already suggested me this. Okay, so that helps a lot. So dot top. Okay, so now what this will give us, this will give us the position of our text from the top. Let me show you. Console.log text position. Okay, so let's see this console, and as I scroll here you can see that the number is decreasing. Here it was 400, here it was 300. As we move towards it, it's decreasing. Okay, now if we reach there, it's only 5. Okay, so this is how it works. And if we go above, so it's like minus 43 minus. Okay, this is increasing. So this gives us the position of this with respect to the top of the window. Now we need, now the next thing that we need is, this is going to be the last thing I promised that we need, and this is going to be the height of the window. Okay, so window height, so window height, and we are going to get it with window dot inner height. Okay, so I just brought this text and image back here, so to show you that we are calculating the position of this text. Okay, so by the way, we don't need them here right now, because when we load our website, these two things will not be visible to us, right? When we scroll, at that time they will appear. So let's add that class that makes them invisible. So the text, we are going to push it to left side, and we are going to push this image to like push right. Okay, now let's save it. So yeah, so now they are disappeared. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to check that if our window height is greater than text position. Okay, so what does this mean is, our Windows height is constant and our text position is going to change as we reach nearer to the top. Our text position will reduce. I showed you that when we did console log. So as soon as this text position will be less than Windows height, we will make them appear. Okay, we will make them appear. But the problem here is that if we have this condition, then we are not going to see it appear. It will automatically appear before we get to see it, because we are comparing it with the whole window height. So we have to reduce this height, and we can reduce it to 1.5. Let's do it. And now if we do, then now we can see that. So what we are going to do is we are going to grab this text class, and we are going to text dot class list. When we are going to remove this class list, that is push left, because that class is pushing it left, so we will remove it, okay, as soon as we reach that limit. And we will do the same thing with the image. So we will copy this and we are going to paste it, and but this is going to be with the image, and it's going to be right, because in the case of image, push right is the class that is pushing it to the left, so we are going to remove it. So once we are going to remove it, it will appear. We can do this like this, okay, else. But if this condition is not matched, then we are going to add those classes again. We would like to push those out, we would like to make them invisible again, okay. So we are going to text dot class list dot add, and push left, and we are going to do that here also to the image as well. Image dot class list dot add, and we are going to do it push right, RIGST. Okay, let's save this and let's have a look now. Okay, let's go down and you can see it's appearing. Okay, the image didn't appear, so I think we must have RIGHT. Okay, yeah, we have RIGHT, we have written GTH. Okay, so that was the reason I think. So now let's have a look at it again. Okay, yeah, so it is appearing, but it's not giving us that beautiful effect. It is just very sudden. So for making it beautiful and soothing, we can go there and we can add transition to our image class, transition, and our transition can be, we can add transition all, 0.5 seconds, ease in out. Okay, ease in out, ease in out. We're going to copy this and we are going to do it with the text class as well. Let's save this and now let's have a look. So let's have a look here. Yeah, so now we can see that we are having our desired effect that we want. Okay, so that's it for today's video, and I hope you learned something new. And yeah, see you soon. Have a great day ahead.